The truth is that Hollywood's elite actors can get ripped while at
Garbage. All right, folks. Test 2. That's right. Do we got sound? Do we have sound? Sound seems good now. So there was unexplainable. Don't know why the sound was like that. I mean, buttons showing active. I got a microphone, I don't know, LED that's going back and forth that seems to be working. Somebody made a mention, time to buy a Mac. Maybe that's true. And I was on a roll. I was on a freaking roll, man. I was hilarious. I was in the groove. Oh well, I'm not going to do that all over again. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm not gonna repeat what I did because I don't think I can. The crux of the issue is that there's a lot of crime and in Washington, and they're blaming it on a gun problem, not a criminal problem. They're accusing a lot of legal gun dealers of selling illegal guns, which is full of crap. I wish they would show us who they arrested. What legal gun dealers have they arrested who are selling illegal guns? No, they're throwing that out there to get the people in fear of guns in general. Let me see if I can get that back here real quick. I don't know. Skip this advertisement. Bullcrap. Let's listen to this real quick. I'm not going to play the entire video, but I want you to hear what this clown and how they treat her. They treat her so delicately. CBS News. They treat her so delicately. Let me see if I can get this thing to work. Boom. Boom. Testing, testing. Okay, I think we're there. Boom. Okay. Let me know if you got. I'm hoping that you have audio for the desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a couple of minutes. Let me know if you have audio for the desktop when I start the video, which is starting right now.
Minds the rising rate of violent crime nationwide.
Are we good?
More than 9,000 Americans have been killed in shootings so far this year, excluding deaths by suicide. In Washington, D.C., 89 people have been killed in homicides, up from 13% from this time last year.
So she's going to make a claim that crime is down. Actually, they help her. Okay, so loud and clear. So what I'm going to do is we're going to play this video, and I'm going to interrupt a couple of times and give my own little feedback. But listen to how delicately they treat her. Listen to the word smithing that they use.
President Biden says the nation's capital is one of 5 cities his administration will focus on in its new push to curb illegal gun trafficking.
Illegal gun trafficking. Now, mathematics is an extremely important tool when it comes to science, when it comes to proving theories. Mathematics, common denominators, variables. What is the common denominator on that map? In my mind, there's that game show tune that's going on. Do 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 do. I'll take liberal run cities for 20,000. That's what it is, folks. They've created their own environment in these liberal cities, claiming that they had the answers to all the solutions. The answers to all the problems. And yet, they've been in office for years now. And they are the worst run cities, the worst run states out of all of them.
Merchants of death are breaking the law for profit. They're selling guns that are killing innocent people. It's wrong. It's unacceptable. As the Attorney General said, we're going to crack down on those gun dealers.
So, again, wordsmithing. When you hear gun dealers, automatically a person's perception is to think of legal gun dealers. It's just a normal perception. And they're purposely doing this. They want to give you the false reality that legal gun dealers with licenses to sell are selling illegal guns. Yet they're unable to bring forward one legal dealer, hold up his license, see, we told you so. They're selling them illegally.
And the violent criminals, they knowingly arm. My message to you is this: we'll find you, and we will seek your license to sell guns. We'll make sure you can't sell death and mayhem on our streets.
As a gun dealer, licensed with a storefront, open to the public, do you know how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how risky it would be to illegally sell a gun? What's to stop me from going in there, buying a gun illegally, and then walk out their front doors and turn them into the police? Hey, look what I bought. I'm sorry, they're making up a false narrative, something to go after guns for.
It's an outrage.
It's an outrage.
It has to end, and we'll end it. Period.
And Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is with us now. Mayor, so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here and being in New York City.
All right, so this is CBS News, so nobody can accuse me of going to Newsmax or Fox News and getting, fake news.
It's great to be in New York City. It's great to be in person.
Vaccinated, Madam Mayor?
I'm completely vaccinated.
Want to bet they're not completely vaccinated? I'm going off the road a little bit here. I'm willing to bet a lot of these politicians are not vaccinated. It's either that or the vaccine does not work. How else can you explain a plane load of Democrats leaving Texas for Washington, and on that flight, 5 or 6 of them catch the coronavirus? So something's going on there. Either this shot does not work, or they're not taking it and they're just trying to sell it to the average citizen. Again, I digress.
Since February.
Yes, us too.
Let's talk about these statistics in big cities, the homicide statistics, which are so alarming. Up 13.
Hear what he said. Again, I'm a stickler for words and the words that people choose. Most importantly, choose not to say. He said big cities. I just showed you their own map. All liberal cities. But he just throws out a broad blanket, an umbrella actually, that gives the perception that all big cities are like this.
statistics in big cities, the homicide statistics, which are so alarming, up 13% in D.C. from this time last year. What is happening in your view?
Well, first and foremost, we want all of our residents and all of your viewers to know that our city is very focused on keeping our neighborhoods safe and working not only with law enforcement, but working a full spectrum of strategies.
So these folks, they know they only got so many minutes that they can sit in front of that camera and then their time is up. They say a lot of words with very little substance just to run down the clock. They shake hands, thank you for the interview, and they're out.
A full spectrum of strategies, including crime prevention strategies.
Why do you think the numbers are up so much, though?
It's hard to, anytime you see upticks in crime, it's hard to point to one thing.
You know, it's funny. They got tons of strategies. She's going to admit that she's been in office 6 years. They got tons of strategies. Another umbrella statement. It's saying something without saying anything. They don't pick her apart. Well, what are these strategies? Can you describe them? The mechanism that makes them tick? No, they don't. We're going to invite you on. Just say whatever you want. You can go on your way. Got lots of strategies.
Why
do you think the numbers are up so much, though?
It's hard to, anytime you see upticks in crime, it's hard to point to one thing. We know certainly that we're coming out of a 100-year pandemic where people are out of work, kids were out of school, joblessness is up, and all of those things certainly contribute to crime on streets. But we're focused on it. We have strategies that we're putting in place and funding them. I think that you're going to see historic investments in cities across America because of the American Rescue Plan.
You getting enough from the federal?
I can just imagine going on a job interview, sitting in front of a board of people who are interviewing me, as I've done in the past. You sit in front of 4 people who are just hammering you with questions. And I can just imagine one of those questions being, overtaxed taxpayer, how are you going to contribute to our team so we can achieve our growth potential and our sales objectives? And I can just imagine the answer that I'm going to give them. I have strategies. And I can just imagine the little bit of silence, the 20 seconds of silence right after that. I have strategies. Crickets. You think they're going to hire me without elaborating a little bit on those strategies I have for meeting their sales objectives?
Federal government, do you want more?
Well, we certainly.
Hold on, let me back up just a second.
Investments in cities across America because of the American Rescue Plan.
You getting enough from the federal government? Do you want more?
Well, we certainly try to maximize all partnerships with the federal government. DC is unique in that we have federal partners in our criminal justice system.
Worthless.
Including the United States Attorney's Office, which prosecutes all of our crimes. So we want them very focused on DC efforts. The courts, federal courts, we want them fully open and in person and making sure that our criminal justice system is working.
So as far as they're throwing that other variable out there, the courts are closed. No, the courts are open. The problem is many of the judges have been appointed by the Obama regime who go very, very lightly on crime. She will not tell you that. They're closed, is what she says.
And all our support services, and that includes supervising individuals, but we're trying some new things. My council also has a budget proposal in front of them where we are going to have housing supports.
Give them more free stuff so they don't go back to work. Sounds like she has a lot of spending strategies.
to support our public safety efforts. We're going to have a pilot to support our citizens who are returning home from incarceration to ramp up their transition back to productive life in DC. So we're staying focused. There are law enforcement strategies, prevention strategies, and opportunity strategies.
I'm going to go to the store right now. I'm going to go buy me some strategies. I'm going to get me a package of strategies. And I'm going to wash it down with a 6-pack of strategies.
On the opportunity front, I want to piggyback on the crime question. We talk about murder being up 13%, but we should point out crime overall is actually down 5%.
Yeah.
So what's working?
Okay, so you got to be careful when they throw out percentages, because a percentage can only be deciphered. It can only be analyzed if you know where that percentage started from, a starting point, a baseline, and what were the numbers on that starting point. They purposely don't tell you where they're gauging that percentage from, because they don't want you to know those numbers so you can just plug it in on a calculator. The fact of the matter is, it could be from this yesterday morning, for all we know. The fact of the matter is also, earlier in this interview, he says that they're up 13% since 2020. Now they're going to flip it around. Oh, you're down 5%. The bottom line is they're up something like 500% in the last 6 years.
Well, I think that the president's words that you just heard when you're talking about violent crime being up with shootings and homicides, and they directly link to the prevalence of illegal guns on our streets.
So she's got a gun problem, not a criminal problem, is what she's saying.
Federal government has a unique opportunity when it comes to the interstate travel of guns, the prosecution of those gun crimes, to be partners with us in cities.
I want to talk about, you were telling us earlier that this is your first trip, your first business trip.
This is where now they're finished interviewing her. Now they're going to do an infomercial to advertise that her state is a good place to go visit for a vacation. Bring the family.
Outside of Washington, you want people to know Washington, D.C. is open. Come one, come all.
Absolutely.
We want people to come back.
Absolutely.
What's it like traveling? Because I'm a little nervous out moving in the public. What's it been like for you?
Well, we took the Amtrak up. We met with the president of Amtrak.
Okay. So bottom line is they go on telling how safe her city is. Come on in. We're open to the public. Don't be afraid. The bottom line is that's their new welfare system. You didn't know that? That's their new welfare system. Y'all come on in. Come on in. And once you're in, these people back here are going to cap you and take everything you own. That's the new welfare system. Go at 'em, boys. Got some fresh meat for you. That's what's going on here. I wanted to show one more. I don't know. I think I've said my piece with this clown. All the politicians are like this, and all the news media outlets are like this. Very little pushback. Very little. They're not there to get answers. Those newscasters or whatever the hell they are. They're not there for that. They're not there to get answers. They're not there to get down to the middle of the meat and potatoes of her problem. They're there to assist her in spreading lies and propaganda and true misinformation. It is so funny how they blame everything on guns. Every little thing is a gun problem. It's not a criminal problem. They promised when you voted them in office that they had the answers to all the problems. Vote me in over Whitey, and I promise I'm going to solve all the problems. There'll be no more racism in your cities. Your crime will go away. Everybody will have jobs. Everybody will have a full refrigerator of food. Everybody will have everything. Just vote me in. They get voted in, and none of what they said was the truth. They cannot live up to one stinking promise. She's been in office 6 years. I looked it up. 6 years. Most of her team are African American. Now, I'm not saying anything derogatory about African Americans. What I am saying is derogatory against liberals and their strategies that they have for running shit into the ground. That's the problem. Washington, D.C. has some of the most stringent gun laws in the United States. And her answer is more gun laws. Get rid of the gun dealers now. It's irrelevant how many laws you put into place. If a criminal wants something that is illegal, they don't check the law statutes first. They don't check whether something is legal or not first. They're going to get it regardless of the laws. Laws are only intended to stop law-abiding citizens from getting something. Cocaine is illegal, yet everybody that wants it can get cocaine. It's just my analogy. You know, on average, I think it depending on location, from location to location, if your home is broken into, I'm just saying best case scenario, 30 minutes for a police officer to respond. Best case scenario, maybe I'm off on the math a little bit. Given those numbers, if I'm a criminal and I know I got 30 minutes minimum to do what I got to do, why don't you think home burglaries actually break in while you're home, just people bust in? Why don't you think they're way up there? Why don't you think in your neighborhood 90% of the homes get broken into? With those outstanding numbers that actually benefit the criminal. Why don't they just go down this street and break into every house, taking what they want and get out within 30 minutes? Because they don't know who has a gun. That's why. Now, if they knew that nobody had a gun, trust me, every home in every neighborhood would be broken in at least once a week, once every couple of weeks. Every home. They would have nothing to fear. When seconds count, the police are minutes away. You just remember that. Again, I apologize about the sound. I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing. The sound will work, and then one day I turn on the computer and the sound doesn't work. I also want to give out a disclaimer. A lot of my videos get comments that appear to be from me. I will never leave a comment asking you to call a phone number. I will never leave a comment or reply, mostly replies. They seem to be replies. Please call this number for free crypto advice. I will never leave those kind of messages. I will never leave any kind of responses asking for money, for donations. Those replies are not from me. What they do is they create a YouTube channel, and they will call it the Overtaxed Taxpayer Channel. And they'll take one letter. For example, good example is the letter O. And they'll use a 0 instead of the letter O and create a whole new channel. and they're able to post something that appears that it's from me. It's not. Okay? I do not reply to people telling them to call foreign countries or any freaking number claiming to give them free trading advice or asking for money. So be careful when you see those comments. Feel free to right click on them and report them. It's not from me. JK Pioneer in the house. Again, I do apologize about the sound quality. Sound quality. What the hell am I talking about? The lack of sound. Apologize about that. Shit happens, you know. Albert Van Harding, thank you so much. Air Mac Full. I'm doing very well. Nathan Swolfs, Gary. Who else is here? Hi-O Silver. Mike Willoughby. Yeah, my wife came in and gave me a bunch of fresh chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I'll be honest with you. My favorite oatmeal cookies are actually with raisins, not chocolate chip. I like chocolate chip cookies if they're just bona fide chocolate chip cookies. And those were good. Those were really good. But still my favorite, you know, is when I get an oatmeal cookie, I want raisins in it. Man, just weird like that. Mike Willoughby, JF. Testes. 1, 2, 3. JF. I'll tell you, when I found out I'm freaking going on. What was I going on for? Like 30 minutes? I was on a roll, man. Had some good jokes in there. I was on a freaking roll. And after I finished my monologue, I looked down, no sound. And then I scrolled all the way up to the beginning, all the beginning comments, no sound. And I said all that and no sound. My face, I could feel it get warm. Or like, The fact of the matter is there did not appear to be anything wrong. The microphone light was on. There's a light here. It was on. I have a level gauge on the computer that moves every time I talk. That was going. I don't understand what the problem was. Just rebooted it and things were okay. I think I need to buy myself every now and then. I guess they're just headphones and hook them up into the monitor setting. There's a monitor, audio monitor. I'm not talking computer monitor, audio monitor. So you can monitor your sound. Once I get verification, put it down and know that, boom, I'm done. Theta is Godzilla. Yes, it is. Theta's doing a lot better. Theta is actually up to $6 and I want to say 35 cents, $6. Somebody can check that out right now. $6.35. Big deal, you're saying? Well, yes, because 7 days ago it was $3 and I think 90 cents, give or take a few cents. $3.90. It's now up to $6 and I think 30 cents. So as I mentioned earlier this month, middle of last month, beginning of this month, I mentioned it about twice. I think there's going to be a crypto market turnaround at the end of this month, or give or take a few days before the end of this month. Don't bet your mortgage on my advice. It's just a feeling I had. But again, do not bet anything on my advice. But it's looking like there's a slight turnaround. Bitcoin's up a few grand. XRP is still sitting right around that 59, 60 cent area. I'm going by memory now. Theta again is $6.40, $6.30 up from $3.90. Digibyte still about the same. It's about 4.5 cents. And TFUEL, I think, was about 3.5 cents, 4.5 cents, somewhere in there. So things are okay. I'm hoping by the end of this month, though, there's going to be a significant turnaround with everything. And time always tells the truth, right? Chip, thank you so much. Randy McMurphy. Who else? Larry Summers, Pizza Party. You know, it's funny. I had some pizza. What was it, last night? Basically, it was a pizza party. I don't know why you said pizza party. It's like, you got a bug in my house or some kind of camera or something? Domino's, though. Jeremy S. Jen Pazantki is Mrs. Misinformation, yeah. Pazaki, or whatever her damn name is. Jeremy S., thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Josh Westbrook. I appreciate you I appreciate you coming back. Who else is here? Theta doing well today. Yes, it sure is. Remain terrified, question nothing, stay home. That's right. And what's really concerning me is in the news, they're drilling this mandatory vaccine thing. Now, you remember when I told you the government will never take away your free speech? I said what they'll do is they'll utilize big tech and corporations to do that for them. So that way they can hold up their hands and say, hey, those are free companies. They can do whatever they want. They're doing the same thing with the vaccine. Banner Healthcare. Have you heard of it? Here in Arizona, Banner Healthcare. Here in Arizona, employs 45,000 employees. Monday came out, mandatory vaccines if you want to retain your employment here. Starting, I believe, at the end of this month. No vaccine, no employment. Does that sound like Mark of the Beast? Everybody thought it'd be a tattoo or some kind of thing. No. Bible talks a lot in analogies and metaphors. The Bible is full of them. Perhaps this is actually the mark of the beast. You take this vaccine. What's to stop now a grocery store demanding to see your vaccine card before you enter? I mentioned this. This was a conversation I had 3 or 4 months ago. That video actually got some of the lowest views because people didn't see anything to it. They didn't believe it. I'm now starting to get emails about that video saying it aged well. Better yet, what's to stop that COVID medical record from being processed onto your Visa debit card chip? You go, you buy groceries, you put your Visa debit card into the debit card reader. What is it called? The Zon machine? What do they call those machines? Whatever, it's irrelevant. Please enter your PIN. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry. Declined. User is not authorized to be in this store. Or something. Just declined due to the fact that you didn't get a COVID shot. You don't think it can happen. You can't get a job. Lose your home. Because you can't get a job. Kicked out on the street. Can't go grocery shopping. Do you think now that is a far-fetched scenario? I don't think so. I don't think so one bit. And it's starting to really scare me. It really is starting to scare me. Now when you apply for a job, one of the questions you need to ask before you accept a position is there a vaccine mandate? JF, thank you so much for being here. Gabby Marr, thank you so much as well. Britney Spears, yeah. Talk about legalized slavery. Now, I don't give a damn rat's ass about her music or anything. But it is a shame what she's allowed to, what the courts, we talked about them, what they're allowing her family to do to her. A mature woman. It's funny, they'll release bona fide mental cases, put them out on the street, and they have more freedom than she does. They're claiming it's for her protection. Yet they'll release somebody from a psych ward who has 9 different personalities and has been known to be violent, release them out on the street. But her, no, because there's money to be made from her. Legalize slavery. Gold Maple, thank you so much for being here. Excuse me. Kent P. Yeah, so those, again, I need to say, you'll see replies to, in some of my videos, to some of your comments. Please call this phone number for free. I want to give you advice. Please call me here at this number. I'll give you some free crypto advice. That's not me. Okay? Please call this number and I'll set you up. That ain't me. Please donate to me. That ain't me. Again, I need to repeat because a few people are new here. They will take a name of a YouTube channel and alter one letter. For example, a good letter is the letter O. And they will substitute that. They'll create a channel, another overtaxed taxpayer, but they'll use the number 0 in place of the letter O. And they'll keep doing that until they used every letter that they can swap out. And they'll start putting periods and whatnot in there. Anytime you see any kind of reply with a phone number telling you, hey, I'm going to help you out, call me, or I don't leave those freaking replies. I don't leave phone numbers for people to call me. So no, anytime you see that in a comment section, it ain't me. It's a fake bot. Feel free to right click on it and delete it or report it. So yeah, thanks for taking notice of that. It's just not me. I don't ask for money. I don't do that shit. Thank you, Gold Maple. Daddy O, the entire message is based upon a false narrative. Yep. Silver Wolverine, thank you so much for being here. Adrian Branham, thank you. I'm just reading some of the comments. Yeah, they have no strategy from getting them out of the hands of criminals. Have plenty of strategies from getting from people who just want to have the right to defend their home. Lots of strategies on that. No, not one plan of removing them from the criminals. Kent P, thank you. Gold Maple believes everybody should get vaccinated. Josh Westbrook, Democrats don't get COVID amazingly. Yeah, as far as a vaccine, I'm not anti-vax. You know, on this one, I think everybody needs to do what they feel is right. However, I get very suspicious when somebody's trying to push me something. Eat this, you got to eat this, eat, you know, take this, do that. You got to wonder what they're trying to do. And when you see a plane load of Democrats get corona after claiming they're fully vaccinated, you got to wonder, are they taking it, or is this vaccine something other than what they are advertising? So people got to make their own decisions and do what they got to do. And you know, if my best friend told me he got vaxxed, I wouldn't freaking beat him up over it. I mean, I wouldn't insult him or anything. I'd be like, all right, I hope it make, you know, I wish you well. I hope everything is good. I hope I'm the idiot. Yeah, so as far as the most popular president, Biden had that town hall with that what's his name? They say it had that town hall had some of the lowest television ratings of any television programming. Yet we're to believe he had the highest turnout rating of all time. Acceleration rules. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hoop Socks, floor man showing off his gun in a bar, shoots himself. Hey, you got a bunch of stupid people out there. Bunch of stupid people. What can we say? Just because you own a gun doesn't mean you should have one. I'll be the first to admit that. I will. Yeah, slavery. Slavery never ended. It's been perfected, or it's currently being perfected. It's focused on keeping other people slaves. That's the ultimate goal of socialism. So this Delta variant, it's amazing. It's gonna they told themselves, hey, we've already created a virus to win the election. It was ordered just like you would order a burger from McDonald's. They ordered it from the China lab, and it was delivered in time to use. They can't risk creating a new virus. So what they've done is they're opening up the borders and letting those countries who have the lowest vaccination rates come into our country freely. They're going to try to drive up the transmission rates in order to win the midterms. Then we'll get another variation. It'll be another variation you can bet in 4 years. Timed perfectly for the presidential election. So yes, they're going to float that Delta. They're going to float it as long as they can. Cleveland Guardians. What was it? Acceleration. Cleveland Indians. That was the Cleveland Indians. Correct me if I'm wrong. Since 1917. Cleveland Indians. Since 1917. Never had they had a complaint on their name. But you get a couple of paid activists to make a complaint. And bingo. They change their names. Cleveland Guardians. I think everybody should boycott every effing woke team regardless of sport. Cybertruck. Yeah, I've seen that. What's that? That one, what is it? Apple creates it, or not Apple? Is it Apple? No, it's Tesla. It's Tesla. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. It's ugly. It's ugly. CBS, China Broadcast Service. Thank you. Gary, substance isn't a politician's vocabulary. No, it's running down the clock. It's exactly what it is. Joker King, I thought the economy was coming back. Yeah, sure is. For them. It's amazing, no matter how bad the economy is, people are selling their homes, they're selling stuff on Craigslist, they're late payments, they're getting kicked out of their homes, their grocery carts are getting less full with more money. It's amazing, no matter how bad the economy is, it never seems to affect a politician. You never see them moving out of one of their 5 homes, selling it, putting their shit on Craigslist. No. It's amazing, isn't it? It's just staggering to me. No, she doesn't want job creation, Gold Maple. They don't want job creations. City of D.C., they're utilizing the COVID emergency fund. They've already mentioned this to give people money. And they're giving them more money than they would if they go out and look for a job. Why work for a job when I'm making $50 more than what they're willing to pay me with zero effort? I can sit on my couch and play PlayStation. I'm mimicking the thumb. Zombies. In my state alone. I mean, you go in the malls. Every freaking store, regardless of whether it's in a mall or not, has a sign hanging from the window. Now hiring. Now hiring. I speak to people, many people. They said they can't get people to come in and apply. Can't get them to come in. The crime rate, I don't believe, has anything to do about a jobless situation. Because much of the crime, if you take a look at it now, consists of just random shootings. There is no money to be made from a random shooting. Meaning you drive by, you shoot at a crowd, and you keep driving. Where is the money made from that? If they're hard up for money, I can see why muggings might be up. Drive-by shootings. Killing people for no reason that they don't even know. Children. Could this be the indoctrination into a bunch of gangs? Maybe MS-13. Maybe if you got to come in our gang, you go down Broadway and just pop off about 100 rounds. And if we see on the news that you've got somebody, well, you're in our gang. I don't know. One's got to theorize. Maybe that's the new corporate gangs. I don't know anymore. Mike Jones in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Gold Maple again. Who else is here? Who haven't I said hello to? Yeah, the politicians' pay goes up. Yeah, definitely. Rule Britannia. Shout out from Oz. Thank you so much. No, I don't have any pre-33 gold yet. I'm sorry. I don't have any of that yet. I wish I did. No, Rule Britannia, don't thank me. I'm the one that should be thanking you for spending time with me. Yeah, they're letting violent criminals out, and they got strategies on how they're gonna adapt them into society. They got strategies. The strategy is pay them not to work. Drive businesses out so that Walmart is the last one standing. And places like Walmart. Drive all the businesses out is their strategy. And that way you have one place to go shopping. Walmart. It's funny how those stores didn't need to be shut down, yet they attract the most people. So if you're going after a virus, you would think you would shut down places with the highest traffic. No, those places got to stay open while everybody else is mandated to shut down. Watch. Kent P, thank you so much. Theta TFUEL to the moon. I hope so. I wish I had more. Foxstang Gabe, defund the police has nothing to do with increased crime. LOL, he's laughing. No, he's being sarcastic. He's making a joke there. He obviously knows that it has a lot to do with it. Man, I would hate, to be a police officer right now. It's got to be a very hard situation. JF, thank you so much. Paul Paulson, thank you. Brian Drake, it's weird. Over the last, 30 days, my vision has gotten so much clearer. Remember I used to read with this? I don't know what's going on lately. When can I get an overtaxed taxpayer bumper sticker? That's an idea. I might look into buying some bumper stickers and handing them out. Please do not hold me to it. I need to look into it and see what the cost is going to be to me. I don't even know where to go to get bumper stickers. I guess I can go to Google and type in custom bumper stickers or something. That would be something. Maybe an image of a silver dollar, or not a silver dollar, a silver eagle on it. Nice big one. Overtaxed taxpayer and a big silver eagle. No, I would not put it on my vehicle. Not mine, because then they would think I am him. Because believe it or not, when I walk around town, I would say I'm not famous, but about once a month, once every couple of months, somebody walks up to me and recognizes me. Can you imagine somebody driving behind me who doesn't like my kind of politics? Oh, and then they follow me home? Then they broadcast where I live? Nah, I'm not going there. So no, I personally wouldn't put it on my vehicle. I'd give it to you to put on your vehicles. They can follow you home. Jersey Gal, thank you so much for being here. So Gold Maple makes a good point. All the mayors in all of these cities should be voted out. The problem is they're acting as though they're not even concerned any longer about being voted out. Their policies and whatnot, you think they would try to balance out their liberalism with fighting crime. It's like they're doing the complete opposite, as though they have nothing to worry about. They got control of the voting machines now. They don't really give a rat's ass. You can vote them out all day long. They ain't going to be voted out. That's my belief. Audits, election audits, find what you want, but prove it. Oh, and once you prove it, I got a battery of news media outlets that say you're a racist and your findings are not credible. Don't matter what you know, prove it. LA Prepper in the house. Long time no see, brother. I appreciate you being here. Who else? Biden has increased corporate tax rate to 28%. Have you heard he wants to go to 47%? He wants to take corporate tax rate to 47%. Was it no, hold on. Was it corporate or no, it wasn't corporate. My bad. Hold on a second. It was shit. There's one I got a Biden moment. What do you call dividend tax? Is that what you call capital? No, no, it's a capital gains tax. He wants to raise the capital gains tax. I apologize, to 47%. Imagine that. This is here. I got to get going soon. Jersey Gal. JF. This country needs to collapse. I think, no, I don't want to use the word, but a good revolution is good from time to time. It's kind of like a forest fire. They're good, actually, for the environment. Good forest fire is good every now and then. But nowadays, guys are too busy learning how to trim their eyebrows and wear skinny jeans. Guys are no longer, they don't care about being guys. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't romanticize, so I don't want anybody to think I'm telling them to go out and do harm. I'm not. There's not that kind of channel. I'm just saying that it looks like we're heading to something like this in the next few years. Gold Maple, I agree with you. Everything you say, brother. Who else is here? Joker King. As far as a collapse, I don't know if that's going to fix anything, because all they're going to do is blame. This guy's going to be blaming Peter, and Peter's going to be blaming Paul. I don't think the collapse is the answer. I think a waking up of the people is the answer. And how you go about doing that, at this point in time, I don't know. perhaps everybody just needs to suffer. And maybe you are right. There needs to be a collapse and everybody just freaking suffers, including me, including you. Gary, I speak a lot of sense. Well, he's saying me. You speak a lot of sense. It's rare to find that on YouTube these days. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I might not be as graceful with the words. I don't know my dictionary as well as I should. I might have a loss of using the correct word for the correct situation sometimes, but I appreciate that comment. I really do. It's comments like that that make me feel better about sitting in front of a camera, where I already feel I never felt comfortable in front of a camera. Air Macful, thank you again. Yes, appreciate that. Sad thing is people fall for these obvious scams. They do. And they'll get scammed, and 6 months later, they forget that they were scammed. And they'll tune into the same news broadcast and believe in the same imbeciles. I love these freaking financial advisors that CNN, MSLSD put on. Oh, go and buy this stock. Not one time has any of these financial advisors ever paid off of them. They keep tuning into these news channels and believe in these financial advisors. They just can't remember 24 hours ago. It's just amazing. Time and time again, they listen to CNN and like news, and they can't remember. They don't remember that it was liberals who were telling them throughout the entire campaign, there's nothing wrong with Trump. It's just misinformation given to you by the Republicans. There's nothing wrong with Biden, I meant. It's just misinformation given to you by the Republicans. There's nothing mentally wrong with him. Come to find out, he's mentally not there. And they still tune into those same news channels, waving their Biden flag, the CNN flag. They just can't remember they were scammed. They're just... Oh, excellent story. I got a story. I went shopping this morning. Actually, I didn't really go shopping. I went to the grocery store. I needed some coffee. So I walk into my local Safeway. I go grab a bag of beans, and I kind of circle back to the vegetable aisle. And I stop to look at whatever the fuck I was looking at. It doesn't matter. And walking towards my direction, not towards me, mind you, just walking in my general direction was a liberal. You can tell it was a liberal. He's wearing a hiking hat. It was like that safari cap where the back goes down to protect his back. And, that safari type of thing. He was wearing a huge freaking mask. It didn't just cover his nose and mouth. It actually went all the way up to his eyes. And it hung down about here. He was wearing clear plastic gloves that went up to his forearms. He was wearing khaki type of hiking pants with a hiking shirt. This guy was protected. So he walks up, and I don't know why, I am a very passive guy. I'm very humble, I'm very passive. I don't bother nobody. But I just got an itch up my ass, and I looked at him, I started laughing at him. I started grinning. And he just looked at me as he walked by me. And that's all I did is laugh. And it's funny because he then circled my back and went to behind me and looked at a vegetable behind me. I walked off and I went to wait in a line at the cashier. And while I'm waiting there, I see that he went to a different line. He paid, and then he wheeled in his entire grocery cart into the men's room of Safeway. He comes out of the grocery, out of the bathroom with all his groceries removed from the plastic bags. And all the plastic bags were put upon into each other. So he had one big ball of plastic bag. Each of his food items was wrapped in the towels that you get from the towel dispenser after washing your hands. You know, you do the lever and it puts out about 12 inches of towels. He had wrapped all his food items in those paper things. First of all, me, if it goes in my mouth, it doesn't come into the bathroom. I will not take a glass of water and put it on a counter, especially a public bathroom. My bathroom is freaking clean. But in a public place or even work, if it goes in my mouth, it ain't going in the bathroom. This guy, protected like he was going to get a contagion, brings his food items into a public restroom, removes them from a protective bag, takes towelettes. Guys are freaking shaking their schlong and washing their hands and holding, sorry ladies, this is how guys sometimes talk. Taking these towels, wrapping his food items, putting them back into the thing. So he's got these towelettes that's been sitting in the stench of a bathroom, urine or whatever stench and germs are floating in there. And he walks out the door of Safeway and hands the bags to the guy like he wants them to recycle the bags for him. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what about all the towelettes that now need to be recycled? You get my point. Guys, afraid of a contagion goes into a freaking polluted bathroom. What the fudge, man? The mentality of freaking people. They're just so out there. So freaking out there. And anyway, I digress. People sometimes really bother me. And I think what happens is I keep my mouth shut because I'm such a... People at work call me a teddy bear. And I try to... But I guess holding it in, sometimes I need a vent every now and then. BJB, Bazin, thank you so much. People that are fall for these obvious scams, thank you so much. Excuse me. Ken A, do you still believe in Digibyte and why? Ken A, I think I've answered this question before. I believe it's going to... their project is still in its infancy stage. They are, again, I'll say this to you again, they are going to be the security implement for all digital signage on the internet. For example, you go to sign maybe some closing documents on the internet. What they're doing is they are creating security measures, document security measures as one of many projects. People lost faith in Digibyte and Theta because it sat, for example, Digibyte sat at 1.3 cents for 2.5 years. I reached out to the person who told me to buy Digibyte, and I said to them, listen, it's been sitting like this, and you told me it's going to be here. It hasn't even lifted its head to look up where it's supposed to go, let alone move up. And he's like, it's going to go. Just watch. Well, it went up to 6 cents. Yeah, there was a falling. It went back down to 4.5 cents where it sits right now. Theta was another one that I lost faith in. Theta, how long did it sit where we most got into Theta? 13 cents. 13 cents. Close to 3 years. I was pissed that I bought it. I reached out to the guy who told me to buy it. And I almost kind of... Just because they told you to buy it doesn't mean it's their fault. You're ultimately your own man. Or woman, for that matter. And he's like... Sure enough, that 13 cents turned into over $6 for me. At one time, it was up to $15. Don't lose faith in it is what I'm trying to say. It's going to go up. is going to make you filthy effing rich. I wish I was in a position where I can get some more Digibyte. Joker should just give up and join Antifa. Okay, thank you so much. I already answered the pre-gold thing. Seaway 44, thank you so much for the super chat. $5. I really appreciate that. Very generous. 999 fine. Voting, what's your voting? What's voting? Oh, you mean the slave suggestion box? Good one, good one. Sandy Elliott, inanimate objects. Just ordered a Glock 20 from 10 millimeter. Can't wait to pick it up. Nice, nice. I got a Sig 9. No, a Sig 40. I'm sorry. I got a Sig 40. I tried shooting Glocks. They just don't fit my hand well. Nice. There's nothing wrong with them. I wouldn't want to get hit with any bullet from any name brand. Just that particular weapon just did not seem to fit my hands very well. Who else have I? BB, Rebecca in the house. Terry Van Hooligan, thank you so much. Volkswagen Planet. We are the resistance. If you hear this message, we are the resistance. Cosmic Logic. The number 17 is real. I agree with you. Where we go one, we go all. Your superpowers are finally kicking in. LOL. Lighthawk Demon. I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. I wish I had superpowers. I'm just Chrome Dome. I have full metal jackets, 500 40 caliber full metal jackets. Yeah. Gold Maple. Yeah, a lot of businesses they're leaving California. It's illegal to shoplift from them. What are those people going to do when they can't even buy groceries in their own effing town? Mark the Narc. Hello. Johnny Deep, I'll take a few vague but no vax. What do you invest in these days? Everything becoming more expensive. So what do I invest in is I've been trying to do cryptos. I'm still a silver person. I'm still a gold person, but I put that on hold. Actually, I even put the cryptos on hold due to I'm paying off some medical bills, and I can't really, you got to pay your debts off before you invest, because your debts you owe just the percentage of interest will outweigh the percentage of benefits from an investment. I'm pointing at my silver. So if something goes up only 5%, but the credit card is 19%, you got to pay your debts off first, because that's going to hold you down. So that's what I've been working on, is paying off some debts. Thank you, though, so much for asking. Yeah, he went into the restroom, and I couldn't believe this. So they're saying that not Ethereum, they're saying Bitcoin Cash might replace Bitcoin. And this is not the first time I heard about it. Digital Dave, Crazy for Cryptos, is saying that. But he thinks it's a little late to get into the Bitcoin game, because first, it's too expensive right now to get into it. Pound per pound, he's saying Bitcoin has had more gains than Digibyte has had more gains pound per pound than Bitcoin. When he said that, I got sick. Oh, I wish I would have bought more. Kent P in the house. Yeah, he's a nut job. Yeah, I wouldn't eat anything that's in a freaking restroom. I'm sorry. I'm not a germaphobe either. I'm not. There's just no effing way you bring me a bottle of water that you had in a bathroom and I'm drinking it. There ain't nothing touching my lips. It's been sitting in the bathroom. Who else is here? China will be come back. Yep. Who else? That guy is nuts. Yeah, they've got a lot of nuts here. I just don't understand what's going on with the world. Okay. JF, I think I know what you're getting at. Just a bunch of mumbling from Biden. Tony 915, no vax for me. I will have to find another job soon. They are mandating it when the FDA approved. So I didn't know this. According to Silver Wolverine, Trump was here in Arizona last night. He claims he knocked it out of the park. 6 hours, awesome. Yeah, it's okay. You know, I'll be honest, my 6 hours nice. I'm not too crazy about it. Maybe I should go out shooting more. Maybe it's the way some of these mid-sized guns fit my huge hands. Well, they're not huge, but I got these long effing fingers. And to curl around and squeeze on the trigger, it's almost like I don't know. Too much finger, I guess. I don't know. And I don't want a full-size handgun because effing hate carrying a full-size concealed. It's very uncomfortable. Mine's considered mid-size. It's a P229 40 cal Sig Sauer, and that's mid-size, and it's effing uncomfortable to carry concealed. I do, but it's uncomfortable. I can feel it. I like a weapon that you forget it's on your side. But then when you get to something that's small, you're getting into an extremely smaller caliber. So I got to decide what I want to do as far as my next sidearm. Something that I can carry concealed, but something with some punching power. So, yeah. Any thoughts on that? I'm open to suggestion. Yeah, I don't want to have to empty an entire clip of 20. All right, I'm exaggerating. 2 shots. I'm hoping that the guy's gonna feel it. I don't want some little 32 caliber. Yeah, it's a joke. So I was eating dinner downtown Atlanta, and a woman comes casually walking by, pulls down her sweatpants, craps on the sidewalk in front of everybody. Kind of girl you take home to mama. Yeah, Atlanta. Sorry that happened to you, man. Bet you that ruined your dinner. I just shot at her. I've seen bigger. I've seen bigger turds. I'm joking, obviously. MJQ, 6 hours are awesome, thank you. And I had the Trinicon sights. I should pull that out. I had some nice sights put on there. Some Trigicon sights on my SIG. They're actually, I think Trigicon. I think the name brand are Trigicons, but they're really not what you would perceive. They look like regular sights, but they just glow forever in the dark. From the shooter's perspective, somebody I'm aiming at would never see the glow. So at nighttime, I got iron sight reference. It might not be Trigicon. I'll get the name. One day I'll bring it out. There's one of my toys right. There's one of my toys right there. None of your business in the house. Excuse me. I should take up smoking. God damn. That's cough enough, right? SIG 365 XL. I'll take a look at it. Carry a 38 special every day. Can't feel it after all on my hip. So, yeah. Okay. So we have a 38. It's made of titanium. It's the 5-shot revolver. I can shoot 357 out of it too. No, what am I saying? My apologies. I have a 5-shot 357 Smith & Wesson titanium, which I can shoot 38 out of. But being a man's man, I'm going to shoot 357, if you know what I mean. I just want something that melts away, that I don't even feel it. That SIG, it's pulling down my belt, it's pulling down my pants, it's for crying out loud. It's so uncomfortable. And I've had my concealed weapon now for, 23 years. P365 all the way. I'm going to look into this. What caliber is that? What's the 365? What caliber is that? Michelle Ugente Rita was booed off. Who is that? Michelle. Let me Google her real quick. Who's Michelle Ugente Rita? I'll have to look that up. P20, 220. So what are the calibers? What are the calibers of the 365? What's the caliber of the P220? All right, so we're looking at 9 mils. Okay. Tritium. Yeah, they're tritium. Yeah. So in my sights, they're tritium. The chemical is tritium. And there's Glow Forever. Yeah, I'll get it right now. Give me a second. I'll go get the SIG. I'm just clearing the weapon, making sure everything's good. And it is. So, without aiming a blank gun at my head, it's still, that's the sights right there. Now, I got the paperwork somewhere. If you guys can recognize them. Those are the sights. I don't want to aim it at my head because I'll get a bunch, get a bunch of people. Hey, this crazy motherfucker, but it's empty. So this is it. I'm not. I don't know. The way it fits me is just. And it could be me. Maybe I just need more practice. I bought it brand new. I'm the first and only owner of this, so I put it to use, and I've practiced considerably with it. Enough of that. He says it's a P226. No, it's 229, buddy. It says it right there. P229. It's a 229, not a 226. Yeah, the night sights are great. Again, I have no beef with the sights. The gun is fairly accurate. People have a misconception when they go to the range that they got to do like quarter inch, half-inch groups with a handgun. It's ridiculous. You just need to get it in mass, center mass. Kill the mofo. So for me, it's accurate enough. I don't know. It doesn't seem seamless with my body when I go carrying it concealed. So I'll look at the 220 and I'll look at the 365, I think somebody mentioned, and see how they are. So where is Digibyte going coming from Ken A? There's a lot of people who are speculating that Digibyte in time will reach between $9 and $13. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, but where is it at now? And where did you buy it at? First of all, I bought mine at 1 penny, 1.3 pennies. For something that you bought for 1.3 pennies to go to, let's just say conservatively, it only goes to $9. Let's just say I'm completely wrong about the $12 thing, $11 thing. It only goes to $9. Let's just say I'm really wrong. It only goes to $8. Boy, something you got for a little over 1 penny going for $8. And let's just say you got 100,000 of them. Not bad. Let's say I can acquire more, like I hope to. Not bad at all. So, to answer your question, Ken A, a lot of people are speculating between $9 and I'll just say $12. That number has been changing lately. Digital Dave thinks in 4 or 5 years it can go even higher. I tend to listen and absorb the conservative answer. Not best case scenario, worst case scenario. Yeah, I mean, a handgun doesn't need to be a sniper rifle. And I go to the rifle ranges and they're holding this, by the way, this is cleared. I've already cleared it just a few minutes ago. And they're holding it, pop, and they're holding it again. They're trying to aim it. Like it's not a sniper weapon, folks. It's a freaking pistol. Put 2 in the chest and call it a day. You know? And the faster you can do it, the better off you are. Put 3 in the chest. Put 4 in the chest if you really want to get yourself off. But to sit there all day long at a gun range and try to do half-inch groups, it's not a sniper rifle. That's not what a sidearm is for. So again, Johnny Deep, the Glock doesn't fit my hand very well. So for me, again, this is cleared. Every time I shoot a Glock, it tends to pinch my middle finger. There's something about a Glock that curvature in the trigger, right there, pinches the recoil. Something pinches my middle finger. I just never, and I've tried a couple of models. Just doesn't work for me. You know, you always say, go into a gun store and you find what's comfortable for you, not what everybody else is shooting. And there's nothing wrong with a Glock. Absolutely nothing. Again, I wouldn't want to get hit with a bullet from any name brand. But it's got to fit right, You don't want to be thinking about other things when you should be thinking about hitting your target. Not that you're going to feel an inconvenience in your middle finger when your adrenaline's pumping. Don't get me wrong. But again, if I had to do it all over again, I think I would have maybe looked at the Kimbers or something. Neil Thomas in the house. Can't own guns in Ireland. I'm sorry to hear that. Digibyte. All right, who else is here? Cal Kid. You can't even carry a knife in Ireland. That's a shame. That's a shame. Other than that, Ireland's the best place on earth, according to him. Phil Erickson. I modified that handle for SIG out. There's here in New Hampshire. Gary, a penny. Damn, you're gonna make a lot of money if it goes to $9 to $10, even $5. Can you imagine? MP, yeah, Shield. You know, I heard about that again, but again, to me that's a relatively small caliber. 380. It's like, Yeah, I agree with Tim Williams. The best gun to get is the one you can carry every day comfortably. Let's add that word, comfortably. You have really big hands. Hope you can back it up. I grew up in the streets of New York. What do you think? The police don't even carry guns. Okay. Mojave Stalker. Hi, everyone. Watch the latest on XRP. I think we saw it at 59 cents. About an hour ago. I'm looking at the clock here. About 59 cents, I think I saw it. By the way, I do have confirmation. Well, not really confirmation. I'm not the only one who's thinking about XRP in their lawsuit. Crazy for Cryptos, I just watched his 2 last videos. And I've been saying this now, and you guys know this, for well over a year. I think, about a year. I've been saying it for about a year. Crazy for Cryptos just came out video. He also believes it's going to get settled out of court. They just want money. They want to get paid off, and they're going to let XRP do what it's going to do. And he sees short term XRP going to $400. Short term. Johnny Deep in the house. Thank you so much for being here. I am Negan. Good advice. Mike Hawk Demon. Tim Williams. Johnny Deep. Mojave. AGOG. Some Japanese look at the Western world and our guns as swords. Listening to him. It is the modern day sword. That's what it is. It's the modern day sword. Josh Westbrook, appreciate your advice on cryptos and silver. Been following your advice for a while. Much appreciated. You know, I appreciate that compliment. I've been, back in the day, I've been given advice on silver and gold. And silver and gold were just kind of stagnant in that $14, $15 range. Remember that? And a lot of people, oh, it's never going to go up. It's never going to go up. You're giving me wrong advice, blah, 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 blah. Well, today, as of today, and it's been higher as of today, it's in the mid 25s. So I feel I've given some sound advice about silver. And my intentions are that my crypto advice is going to be just as sound. Whether it happens on the timeline you would like it to happen on is something completely different and out of my control. Because we all want to be millionaires tomorrow, right? It's not going to happen. Just give it some time, have some patience. It's going where it's going to go. You're going to be filthy rich if you've acquired enough. All right, so I'll look into the 380. I will. David Thomas in the house. Thank you so much. Yeah, at the same time, the gun can't be too small either. So I'm in that. It's kind of like you get a custom suit. I wish I can get a custom gun. Be like John Wick. Fit these freaking hands. Yeah, 40 cal hollow point. I got a bunch of hollow points. Like Hawk Demon. Wish Musk would pump the hell out of that Shiba soon. I don't think Shiba's going anywhere, my friend. I mean, my brother said he bought $100 worth of it, and he got like over 1 million Shibas for it. I mean, that sounds too good to be true. Obra 7. Big protests this weekend in Europe for liberty. Watch the situation in the United States. The situation is this. A lot of people want liberty. A lot of people want our borders shut down. They want people to come into this country legally. But the news media outlets will have you believe that 90% of Americans want the borders open. 90% of Americans want socialism. That is what is being broadcasted in the news. News will also have you believe we have a gun problem here in the United States. We do not have a gun problem. We have a criminal problem. MP Shield 40 single stack 7 rounds and not even leave a pattern. Very comfortable. I'll check it out. Have you used the extended magazine on the SIG? No, I have not. 365, but then again, I don't know the 365. Yeah, it gives your hand something else to wrap around. So basically it's this. Again, I've already cleared my weapon. So instead of my hands being here, it'll give me the ability, let's just say, it'll give me the ability to grip the mag also. So the mag will be part of the pistol, so to speak. So I've held an M&P, and they feel nice. I've not shot one. Ryan O'Neill in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Are you the actor? It's funny, these anti-gun nuts, they will never put a sign in front of their house saying, hey, this house is a gun-free zone. And I've mentioned this to them in conversation. Why don't you put a sign in front of your home that says this home is a gun-free zone? Their jaws just drop. Because if a criminal knows that you don't have a means to protect yourself, they know that you're going to be an easy target. And with the lack of police, they know they have a minimum, if you can even get the phone call out, a minimum of 30 minutes before they can respond. It's not knowing whether you have a gun or not, which serves as an excellent deterrent. If they know guns are outlawed, it's now illegal to own a gun. They know nobody has a gun. No deterrent any longer. Every damn house on your street will be burglarized in one night. With you home. It is this that stops them from coming into this house with the lack of police and defunding. Yeah, 50 million Shiba. If it went up to, can you imagine that? You can imagine if it just went to 50 cents? You can come back to me and say, listen, you're an idiot, overtaxed taxpayer. I hope I never receive that correspondence from you. The correspondence should be, hey, overtaxed taxpayer, here's a little bone. Criminal problem is right. They want the criminals to have the guns and take all of ours. Yeah, well, they have strategies to take guns away from law-abiding citizens, but cannot come up with a strategy to get them out of the hands of criminals. Hey, there's nothing wrong with having a fantasy about one of the cryptos going to, 50 million. Anyway, folks, I am going to take off. I appreciate your time. It is about 3 in the afternoon. I have a SIG and still have Glocks, but the Taurus PT 111 G2 is very comfortable. Size 9mm for carry. Check it out. Love the channel. Fellow vet. Thank you so much, Stephen Glenn, for the for the super chat. I will check out the Taurus. I'll check out the SIG and the M&P as well. I just need something more comfortable to carry. I think the way times are coming, I think I need to start carrying more often. Just the way things are, the way the cities are, the liberal mindset here in Arizona is, just can't leave this at home anymore, Roan Wood in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Long time subscriber. Yep, more strategies. Mojave stock from Europe. The U.S. looks split in two. Yeah, it is split in two. And that's why I mean a good forest fire every now and then is good for the forest. It's good for growth. Cleans out the junk. You got a lot of liberals that just, they believe and love their government. I respect my government. I think we need government. But as soon as government starts fearing your words, I'm talking more on silencing your thoughts and censoring your conversations. As soon as government starts fearing your words, they're doing something very wrong. Folks, you have a great day. Try to have a good weekend.